Hey guys, Mike here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Have you ever wondered why some men fall apart after they hit 50? But others seem to get stronger. They're more alive. They're leaner. They're not constantly putting on fat. It's not genetics. It's not luck. And it's not some perfect workout plan. There is no perfect workout plan. It starts with this. It starts with a decision, a shift in mindset that changes everything. And it happens instantly. At least it did for me. This is Mike Norris, Mike Norris Fit. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And give the video a like. Everybody give the video a like so more people can see the video. Because I got some important information to put out to you. Something that I want to make you think a little bit. So, what getting old actually looks like. It's not about your age. It's about decay. Yeah, decay. D-E-C-A-Y. Our body decays as we age because we stop using it. Just like everything else decays. Your body decays. It decays from the inside, which is really bad. Some common signs. No strength, low energy, low muscle mass, poor balance, can't think straight sometimes, can't remember things, all of those things. You're kind of checked out, you're coasting along, you react to everything, and you just feel defeated. That's definitely some of the common signs that go along with decaying. With you aging faster than you should. So most guys like that, they're not just slowing down, they quit owning their life. This whole thing is a big thing, you know. I'm 50, I'm old. When you're 50, I don't know where people get that from. I'm 50, I'm old. I'm 60, I'm not supposed to do anything. I'm supposed to just rest in my recliner, sit on the back porch, let my body decay and die. But let's talk a little bit about what staying strong should look like for you. And, you know, strong men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s, they have a different vibe about them. It's something different. They walk tall, they walk straight generally. They train. Training can mean a lot of different things, but they're doing something physical. They eat to fuel their body. They know about the junk, the sugar, and they try to cut it out. You know, doing resistance training actually helps you walk tall and straight. They're curious. They still want to learn. And you should still want to learn. They don't try to be 25. They just try to be their best version of themselves today. You know you can't change your looks to 25. I guess with plastic surgery, you know, there's 60-year-olds that look 30 with the plastic surgery and stuff. But that's phony. That's phony stuff, you know. You got to put in the work to look strong and be strong at 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. And you can't wait until it's easy. You start when it's necessary, when it's the right time. And the right time is probably now. It's what happened with me. When I had that mindset shift, it happened immediately. Immediately. I was 58 years old, 58, 59 years old when I had the mindset shift. I remember it like yesterday. Bam, it hit me. I knew what I had to do. And you should know what you have to do too. The moment it changed, let's talk about this. I don't want to go into the whole story, but my mindset was before, I had been putting on a little weight in my early 50s before I retired from the military. I was putting on a little weight, but then I retired. And even though I'm going to the gym 3-4 days a week, I became people that I used to talk about. I used to talk about, hey, you see these people in the gym year after year after year, and they're getting fatter and fatter. I became that without it really even hitting me. I was just, like, I'll get to it later. I'll get to it later. I got so much going on now. I'm driving for Uber. I'm doing eBay. I'm retired from the military. I got all this stuff going on. Yeah, I got to get back in shape. But I didn't do anything about it. And then I got out of the shower after I flew back from California, visited him for after New Year's. I think it was on January 2nd to be exact. And I flew back. I took a shower. It was about an hour before dark. I looked in the mirror. The mirror had a big mirror right here. It was like come out of the shower, and that's the first time I ever really saw my gut hanging over like it was. I'm like, what in the world has happened to me? I've never been out of shape. I gained a little weight, but I never had a gut, and I got this gut like really fast, and everything evolved after that. In a split second, I said, I'm getting this off. I'm getting this off right now. I'm getting back in shape. I'm getting back the way I used to be. I'm tired of this. No wonder I'm tired. I'm eating terrible. I'm eating peanut M&Ms and Mountain Dew all night long, driving for Uber, trying to stay awake. I mean, that mind shift right then, bam. I immediately went for a walk, immediately. And I came back and I got on the computer and I started doing research on things, how I could eat better, because I knew I was eating out a lot because of all the running around I was doing. And I just started researching a lot of stuff. And about 9:30, 10 o'clock that night, I went in my cabinets and I started throwing junk away. Yeah, I threw it in the trash can and I took it out to the dumpster. M&Ms that I had, those peanut M&Ms and other potato chips, other junk I had, I threw it away. Because your body, your mind will give up before your body ever does. Your mind will give up before your body does, and but eventually your body will catch up. The decay will catch up, and you'll have a super problem. But change your mind, your body will follow. I know that for a fact. Change your mind, the body will follow. You just have to make a decision. You have to quit making excuses. You have to do whatever it takes. Now I'm going to give you the 3 pillars of a strong mindset. Number 1 is ownership. Because you are where you are in your life because of your choices. I was where I was at that time because of terrible choices. Terrible eating choices and not working out like I used to, just kind of going to the gym and hanging out for an hour and saying I've been to the gym. Not walking like I used to. I was still doing a little bit of running then, but I had pretty much quit running. I just wasn't doing the things I used to do. So what you need to do, you need to own your mornings. It's a big thing about owning your mornings. Yesterday morning, I was up at 4:30. I was at the beach by 4:50, 10 till 5. The sun comes up around 5:15. I mean, it's already daylight. And there's, of course, where I'm at, the beach is packed. But there were so many kids, students. There was like thousands of paddleboarders. They were lined up to get into the water, and the waves were crashing, and they were having a problem getting out. And I got video of a line of them that went out to an island that was about a mile out there, and they all got life jackets on. They were even getting lessons how to paddleboard right there before they got in the water. There were instructors giving them lessons. It was the craziest thing you've ever seen. Thousands of kids, teenagers paddleboarding at 5:30 in the morning, 5:15. Some of them are already out there. So own your morning. I got back home, or to the hotel rather. I was out there at about 4:45, 4:50, and an hour and a half later I was back because I did a little bit more walking. I already had 8,000 steps. It was like 6:30 in the morning. I already had almost 8,000 steps. Man, I had a full day ahead of me. I mean, and I wound up with over 20,000 steps, of course. But own your morning, own your workouts, and own your meals. The morning sets the tone, and then your workouts, whatever that is, and I don't care what kind of workout it is. It doesn't have to be in a gym. It can be in a gym or whatever, Get after it in your workouts. And meals, we want to get 1% better every day. 1% better. It don't matter how old you are. Get 1% better every day. Number 2, momentum over motivation. Action. I always talk about action, taking action. Motivation is not worth a grain of salt. It's not worth anything if you don't combine it with action. There are people that just watch motivational stuff all the time and they never do anything. Don't wait until you feel like it. Start building habits you can lean on as you go along in life. Get 1% better every day. There's a lot of different ways to get 1% better, and I don't care how you do it, but you have to start moving that body. You have to start getting rid of the sugar you're eating a little bit better. You don't have to change it all at one time. Matter of fact, I don't recommend you try to change it all at one time because that's not going to work. And I know some people want to get to where I want to lose this weight so fast. I want to get to this point so fast, and they don't get to it in a couple of weeks and they quit. I hate to tell you, but you're 60, 65, 70 years old. It's going to take you a while to get there. So you're in it for the long run. You're not in it for the short run. You got another 20, 30 years to live. You're in it for the long run. Matter of fact, number 3 is long game thinking. You want to train to be the 70-year-old. When you're in your 70s, you're out there hiking. You're still working out, doing push-ups, lifting, whatever it is you do. You're still cross-country skiing or downhill skiing or water skiing, living life on your own terms. I see a lot of people a lot older than me when I was hiking in the national parks and out in the mountains and stuff. I always see people older than me. And I mean, they come flying by me sometimes. Flying by me. One of my goals this year is working on cardio. The second half of this year, the big thing for me is cardio. I got to improve my cardio. That's what I want to improve. That's my thing for the second half of the year is cardio. You know, it's not about having a great six-pack, although you might get that if you doing the right things. You may possibly get a six-pack. You may not. Doesn't matter. You know, it's not about that. So, you know, we're all going to get old. Getting old is inevitable, but falling apart is optional. Letting your body decay is optional. Strong men aren't perfect. My God, I'm not perfect, but they're consistent. And when I had that mind shift, I became tremendously consistent at what I was doing. I had a plan, and I got really consistent. I wrote stuff down. I still, you've seen my journal before, I still write stuff. I was consistent. I made a decision. Strong men decide. They decide to change their life. It don't just happen. You decide. And you have that mindset shift. So if you want to stay strong, it starts with what you believe and what you do next. So let me ask you, what are mindset shifts are you making right now? Are you making any mindset shifts? If you're not doing anything, you really need to take a look at yourself. Stand there in the mirror, look at yourself, go around outside, walk around, you know, and get out in nature and just really think about what you want to do and get that mindset shift. Mindset shift means everything. That's hard to say. But anyway, give the video a like, guys. I'll have another video for you tomorrow. If everything uploads like it should. Of course, I'm in a different country, and I've been having a little problem the past week. Anyway, talk to you later. You guys have a great day. And remember, regardless of your age, get after it.